Hey guys, back again for another edition of Kingsgrove Sports Top 10 Bats of the season. So we've gone through a really good season so far this season. Got a really nice range of bats in from all the different brands, all the different suppliers. Really happy with what's come through. We've got ourselves a nice top 10 list. We've obviously got some good bats at that top end price, right down to that lower end or mid-range prices, so really good value right through what we've seen in the store this season. If you've got any thoughts on what your top 10 bats are, we've had plenty of feedback through the season, what people think we should include in the top 10 list. So leave a comment down below, see what you guys think. But of course, obviously a really nice range of bats from this season. We'll firstly start with a few honourable mentions, bats that we maybe have sold out of, or a couple of bats that maybe just didn't squeeze into the list. So first of all, the Gray-Nicolls Vapour HS Special Selection bat. Year on year, that model there that we get a few different ranges that we've had it over the seasons, but this year they didn't disappoint, and as expected, just because of the quality, the ping, and the performance, they sold out very early in the season. Haven't had them now for a couple of months, so a really nice bat that we had in the range this season. And secondly, the Kookaburra Bubble Legend. So a really nice bat from Kookaburra this year. It was an exclusive to our range. A really nice, good selection of that kind of grade 2, grade 3 willow, but it kept that really nice traditional bubble profile with that old school, that little duck bill towards the toe, with that little ridge that exaggerates that kind of lower swell position. So really nice, good selection of bats that we had in our range. But without further ado, our top 10 bats for season 2022-2023. Starting off our list at number 10 is the Gunn & Noir signature. So a really nice model. Gunn & Noir has been in their range for a few seasons now. Here with the signature is kind of like a grade 2, grade 3. So a really nice mid-range price. You get a really nice stealth black look that they've had in the range. So a really nice clean and sleek look. The Noir profile with a really nice kind of, probably for most conditions, a nice mid-ish to low profile. So it gives you a really good consistency right through the blade. A nice tall spine with some pretty good edges as well. But still keeps a pretty full blade, just a little bit of concaving just to keep the weight down. So overall the bats pick up really nice. The GM handle with that little bit of a thicker finish towards the bottom gives you that really nice balance, so keeping a little bit more weight in the top half. So GM bats as a whole, they always pick up really nicely. These ones are no different, but also to finish the quality, these are all sleeved, ready to go, pinged really nicely as well. So really good consistency right through the range. We actually had a good few bunch of these from the start of the season, and they've nearly all gone. There's still a good few left, but a really nice, good value match bat in that mid-range price. So yeah, a really good option to start off our list at number 10, the GM Noir signature. In at number 9, a new addition to our Kingsgrove Sports range, the DSC. So these bats really heavily requested over the last couple of seasons. So we brought it in with a full range of bats, pads and gloves this season, and they didn't disappoint. The model we've got here is the Krunch Pro. So used by David Warner himself, Aussie top opener batsman. He's a really big, powerful bat with a big size edge. As you can expect with a pro bat, it's at that top end price, but the ping and quality of the bat's consistency from the selection we got, really nice. So big edge, nice tall spine, but as you can expect in a player bat, very full, so very little amount of concaving. Weights though still come through really nice at around that probably 2.8 to 2.9 mark, because obviously the density of the cleft's nice and light, so you can still pack a really good amount of willow into the blade. Being a top end grade 1 bat as well, a really nice clean and straight grain, plenty of grain, evenly spaced apart, obviously what you expect at that top end price. But of course the consistency of the ping, something that we were really happy with this season and had to pop them in our list. So at number 9, the DSC Krunch Pro. There's no top 10 list without a Gray-Nicolls, so in at number 8 is the Gray-Nicolls Silver. So a really nice, these ones are at that kind of towards the top end price, but it's part of that bespoke range that Gray-Nicolls do offer. Really nice handcrafted bats, made down in Melbourne, so made in Australia. But these bats with a really sublime finish. Maybe it is part of the handcrafted range, they maybe pay a little bit more attention to the detail on the bats, because the quality of the finish, the profile, the ping, the pickup, all the factors you look for in a good bat, they come through really nice in this model. Something different Gray-Nicolls did with their bat stickers this year, you've got the 3 check as opposed to the 2, so it comes up with a really nice bit of detailing in the stickers. The soft feel grip as well, so plenty of grip in the handle. A really nice good fill in the semi-oval there as well. But with what you can expect in a nice top end, big performing bat, a really nice big profile with a good edge and good spine. Profile and ping is always good with a really limited amount of concaving in these as well. You might get some around the 210 mark, but mostly around that 2.8 to 2.9 mark. So that really good sweet spot for what most people are looking for. A really good bat. Bunch of bats that we got in the bespoke range from Gray-Nicolls this season, and they were really happy with how they came through. So in at number 8, the Gray-Nicolls Silver. In at number 7, the BAS Player. So a brand of bats that we haven't had in our range for a couple of seasons. They made a little comeback last year with a couple of bats. Now we've got ourselves a really nice range of BAS bats, pads and gloves. So the BAS Player, really nice kind of mid-range bat, something that you're going to suit pretty much all types of players. But with these, of course, the quality of the performance on them, being a grade 2 bat, but without that big brand price tag, they've come through really nice. So as you can see on this one here, a really nice clean and straight grain. But the best thing with these bats, even though the weights are probably up towards that 2.9 to 2.10 mark, so if you're a player that's happy to hold, not so much heavy, but a little bit up on the scales, they've got a really nice full blade. They pack plenty of willow into the hitting zone, meaning that you're going to get plenty of power and plenty of performance on them. But still do pick up nicely as well. Like they're not gonna feel too bottom heavy, because the profile in the middle is in that towards that mid center position. So that means they do balance really nicely with a pretty traditional semi-oval handle as well. The grip's got plenty of traction on there as well, so it stops that bottom hand from turning. But a really nice overall good range of bats. Pretty happy with what we received BAS from right through the range, but the BAS Player definitely one we couldn't leave out of the top 10. So in at number 7, the BAS Player. So modern day remake of an old favourite, the Kookaburra Beast, was back again for cricket season 2022-2023. Definitely one I thought was probably going to end up in this list, and it definitely didn't disappoint. So we've got here the Beast Pro players. So a really nice top end player style bat. As you can expect with the top end Kookaburra, you're only going to get the very best of the best. The Beast profile, really attacking with a nice mid to low middle. Probably one of their lower middles in their range. Good for those players that like to play off the front foot, but a really nice, powerful and strong bat. Really nice bit of detailing into the Kookaburra stickers this year as well, with the Beast, the Panther logo. Obviously the detailing through the back of the stickers come up really nice on shelf. My personal probably favourite from the Kookaburra range this season. Probably one thing with Kookaburra's bats this season as well, they came through really nice and light as well. So people that were looking for those top end bats without maybe going too heavy as well, which some of those player bats can get, these probably found an average of around 2.7. So a really nice sweet spot, which probably favoured a lot of players. Maybe one of the reasons they did so well as well, because you probably generally don't really get many player bats at that kind of weight. Maybe even some down to 2.6, but an average around 2.7 to 2.8, which is a really nice weight range to suit most players. So the Beast Pro Player is one that we were happy with this season, in at number 6. In at number 5, the SS Ravindra Jadeja model. These bats with a really nice big subcontinent SS style profile as we get year on year, but this year they were exceptional. So really nice big profile. The edges on these always pretty much, I don't think we had any that were under 38, 39 mil. It's always towards that 40 mil mark with a really nice tall spine. What you'd expect pretty much in those bigger subcontinent style bats, but these didn't disappoint. So really nice clean grain without going towards that top end price. These ones that are around that 600 mark gave you exceptional player style quality without that big player price tag. So the SS bats, year on year, of course, always are some of the better bats we do receive. But this year, these ones were just exceptional. With a bit of a thinner handle, so you can always add on grips, but it gives you a really nice bottom hand feel there. For those big power hitters that like to get under the ball, gives you really good control. But especially with these, without being too heavy, the amount of willow they do pack in, they were still around the 2.8 to 2.9 mark. So they still picked up really nicely. Look good on shelf with that bright orange and red, bit of pop in, detailing in a bit of the stickers. So they come up really nice on shelf, and we were really happy with these. So in at number 5, the SS Jadeja model. In at number 4, the SG Sunny Tonny Class. This is the black edition here. So a really nice, clean and slick black look, paired up with a white grip, so it really shows off that little bit of detailing in there. But the classic model of this one here is a top end player style bat at that grade 1 type willow. So really nice clean look through the blade there. Keeps it simple and minimalistic, but it looks really nice on shelf. But the best part about these bats is the profile. So you're looking at a really nice big player style bat into a little bit of a duckbill toe to make the bat pick up nice and light. But the ping on these bats, super pingy. So really nice, good on shelf. They come off the middle really nicely. The consistency through the SG range, right from the low end up to these top end bats, has been really good. But the black model here was a standout. Came through really nice, not a single bad one. So they were really good performance on them. And a bat that obviously those top end players will come in and look for. Still got a good amount of these, as they did come in a little bit later in the season. So if you're looking for a player bat to get you through the back half and into next season, a really good option to come in and check out. So in at number 4, the SG Sunny Tonny Classic Black Edition. In at number 3, a bat that we're very proud to have in the range, in the top 3 list. It's a bat that a lot of people waited a long time for. Brought them back last season and they sold out in absolutely no time. Did the same thing again and the exact same thing happened. So in at number 3, the Symonds Rhino Charge Super Tusker model. It's at a classic part of the Symonds range from back in the day. That Harry's brought them back in this season, and they are exceptional bats. A grade 1 bats, as you can see on this, a really nice clean straight grain, but it all keeps the detailing of those classic Symonds bats. So you get the little ridge just underneath the splice of the bat, and then the other one down to the toe. So it really keeps that classic old look, with the Rhino there in the middle of the spine. But these ones, being a top end player bat, they are still very full. But the way that the bats are pressed, something about them just comes off differently. They just come off really nice with a hard crunch. So bats that you're going to see not too soft, so they'll still get you that really nice longevity over the years of playing. But the ping and performance, they're only going to get better and better the more use they get. So the performance and the quality of the ping, something that we're really happy with. The fact that the bats, probably even just the retro remake of the bats, will probably be enough to sell them. But the fact that they do have the performance of what the modern day bats do, it just makes them the perfect combination. Something that we're really happy with to have in our range, right through the Symonds range, from the Tuskers, all the different models that we brought out this season. We're going to do them year on year again. Really happy to have them in our range. But number 3, Symonds Rhino Charge Super Tusker. Now, some might say that we're biased. I beg to differ. These bats were absolutely exceptional this season. The Kingsport Big Mondy in at number 2 for our top 10 bats of the season. If you were lucky enough to get your hands on one of these this season, you would definitely agree. The quality, the performance, and the ping on these, for the price you pay at $395, they are absolutely exceptional. The Big Mondy, it's been in our range for a few seasons. The profile's never changed. It's always been our biggest bat, something that you're looking for those really big power hitters. Because as you can see in this here, the edge size and the spine means you're packing in a massive amount of willow into the blade, keeping it really full. So if it's something that's looking to clear the outfield, clear the boundaries with a little bit more assistance with that big profile blade, these ones were definitely one that people looked for this season. Obviously the features that we look for in our Kingsport bats, nice bit of detailing in the stickers, a nice overall finish, with our semi-oval handle with the ripple grip, so it keeps plenty of traction on that bottom hand, stops it from twisting, but a really nice, good feeling bat. Keeps the balance nice and light. Sometimes with these bats, yes, with the amount of willow you're packing in, around that 2.9 to 2.10 mark, you probably sneak in the odd 2.8, but the performance and the quality of the bats that we got from this season were really exceptional. Hoping to get more and more of these over the next couple of seasons. It's a model that people really do love coming in and look for, just because it gives you that really good value without spending that top dollar price, but giving you about the performance just as good as any. So in at number 2, the Kingsport Big Mondy. In at number 1, GM, they've done it again, back at that number 1 spot. This one here, we've got the Prima Players Edition. So the GM top end bats, they're always probably some of, if not the best bats we get through our stores year on year. They've done it again. So with this model, this is Aidan Markram's player profile bat. So it's his replica shape. So you get a really nice players grade 1 plus willow, paired up with that player style profile. So a massively tall spine with a big edge. You get absolutely zero concaving in these. So that's that really nice dome finish, what you see on the Diamond and Chroma range. And they've got it here on the Prima. Finished up with a rubber toe guard, as all the GM bats are as well, sleeved and ready to go. Get them out into the nets, start scoring some runs. But these models here, yeah, always paired up really nice. The top end of the GM, always the best bats we get. The GM handles, as we are through their normal range, a nice little bit of extra thickness, so it makes the bats balance and pick up really nice. This model here is paired up with the Pro Light grip, so keeping the weight down a little bit. But with these bats, even though they are towards that 210 end of the weight, a little bit heavier on the scale, they do pick up really nice just because of that balance, with a few of the factors, but also just the amount of willow you're packing in. Even if you are a top end player, that's probably the weights you are looking to use roughly around. But yeah, these players, pro bats, always some of the best bats we get in the store, and they've done it again this season. So GM, the Prima Players Edition, in at number 1 for the top 10 bats for season 2022-2023. Alright guys, that's our top 10 list done and dusted for this season. The top 10 bats for 2022-2023 cricket season. If you got any suggestions or any bats you think maybe should be included in that list, or any bats you'd like to rearrange in that list, leave a comment down below. We'll definitely take your feedback on board. There's still plenty of the season left to go, so if you want to come in and pick up one of these bats, there's definitely still a few left in stock, so you can come pick one up at any of our 4 stores, or of course you can visit at our website. But thanks again, guys, for listening. The top 10 bats for cricket season 2022-2023.